What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Soul of a Man. We are live. Let's see. And I hope everybody out there is doing good and great and amazing and all of that good stuff, man. I am over here getting it together as always. But yeah, man, I hope everybody out there is doing amazing on this, which is Thursday. Oh, where's the time go? Man, yes, I like to come in and get it done early in the morning while I'm thinking about it and all of that good stuff. So let me see something. Let me fix this thing. So yeah, yeah, I hope that thing is good because yes, it's anyway. So yeah, so today we are talking about and this too shall pass. Yes, we are talking about and this too shall pass. No need to make a mountain out of a molehill. You know, your how you see things. You know, and I'm getting that you're coming to a very great reveal into your life, but how you see things is sometimes how you're going to handle it. You know, if you see it as this big giant, whatever, and and I'm not, you're, whatever your situation is, whatever your situation is, wherever you are, that is what that is. But we try our best to remember how we got out of the last situation and the situation before that and the situation before that. But we know that things can happen. I've had things happen. Like one time the car didn't start. I had to go to work and all that. Things happen, man. Things are going to happen. But here to let you know, as all things, this too shall pass. And I was thinking this morning how we do have grace, and with that grace we do have to have that understanding that we have to continue to move. We do. We have to continue to move, put our energy into things, and because we're moving. We're moving to a better town, better city, better state, a better cycle of things. Because where you were just like, nah, this just isn't it. And when you get there, you're like, okay, cool. You get the breath of fresh air, but when you get there, you keep moving. That's the amazing thing. You keep moving. Nope. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, and when you get there, you keep moving. Ah, yes, we do have this. That's the amazing thing. Yeah, we got this. So, you're continuously putting in that work. No matter what, you are continuously putting in that work. It's like, it's almost like you get there and you're not resting on your laurels. You're still in that mode of progressiveness. You really are. You are still in that mode. Hey, what's going on, y'all? And don't, if this is your first time watching Mr. Soul of a Man, then welcome to the Soul of a Man channel. Wherever you're watching, don't forget to subscribe. So the important thing is that you know that this too shall pass. Just like the last things that came into your life that you might have been, I don't know, mentally freaking out about, why this, why now, maybe a significant other, is doing this or doing that, or they make a decision. It was supposed to be the both of y'all, but they made another decision, and you have to kind of scramble and figure some things out. That is called life. But with that being said, we are profoundly made we are profoundly made strong. And we know that we have everything within our arsenal especially from the last time, whatever that last time was, whatever whatever that thing was that you had to go through. We know that we are bigger and better. Hold on, let me grab my water. And we are made 100%. Blah blah blah. We are made 100%. We. Why am my words are? Hold on. We are efficiently made 100% greater. And that's just what that is. Timing is going to be a very, very beautiful thing. Why am I getting something about remote? I don't know. Um, but it feels like that there's something that's coming in clearly. I don't know why this thing. That it feels like that there's something that's coming in that's clearly just for you. Something that you have been waiting on. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. So something that you have been waiting on, something that has been purposely made just for you. And I know you're gonna be like, oh, it's about time. But man, for a time like these. But yeah, there's something that you have been purposely waiting on. It's the timing was key, and the timing was essential. So just continue to work, continue to be purpose, and continue to uplift yourself. And if you pray, you man, however you do that, continue to do that, because it just feels like right now the time is now for you in your life. And it feels like those it really and truly feels like those minor inconveniences are moving, are about to be moved. It feels like you're about to be transformed. There you go. So, and we're talking about, in the time right now, we're talking about in this too shall pass. Like in that movie, was it Lord of the Rings with Gandalf? For my Lord of the Rings fans, that he was like, you shall not pass. So yeah, but this time, so you were it really, it feels like you passed the test. It honestly, and I'm talking about what I'm feeling in the spirit. It feels like you passed this test, and that you are going to be not just graciously, but grateful, great, not just not just gratefully, but graciously rewarded. You know, because you didn't do anything too off the wall. And you didn't totally freak out and like, oh man, what am I? So yeah, so you're going to be able to really and truly stand tall within in this next season of your life, and what is to come for you. And uh there's congratulations to go around, because how you withstood it, man, is how you withstood it is amazing. Like really and truly, you're you are a you are a miraculous and true reflection of what it is to stand tall or stand your ground, and all of that good stuff. And you are really and truly going to be like superiorly rewarded, in this season, because you did not, it feels like you were relentless. Just really and truly felt like you were relentless, as people were disappearing, things were happening in your life, you were having all of these thoughts, but you were still committed. It's storming outside, you forgot your umbrella, but you're still moving. That's the amazing thing. Yeah, I'm blocking them, man. Let me see if I can. I think I made you a yeah, I think I made you a moderator. But yeah, that's the thing, man. And don't forget to subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this thing is. Let me see. Hold on, because sometimes this thing. I don't know if that helps. But yeah, I'm sorry if I. Hmm? Oh, I can. Oh, yeah. So, y'all let me know if y'all can see me clear over here, because somebody said last time it was. But anyway, so it feels like things are. It just feels like we're just really. It really and truly feels like we're moving into a new cycle. And I know a lot of us are like, man, it's about time. Yes, like real and true. But the important part is that you were the important thing is that you kept putting in the work, and that you didn't, you didn't stop. That's the important thing, and today we are talking about in this too shall pass, making a mountain out of a molehill, something that probably isn't as big as you think, and not to make light of anybody's situation. No, I don't know what everybody's going through out here. No, everybody doesn't know what I'm going through out here. But you know, um, these last few years, these last few years have been like nothing more than a dogfight, man. Like really and truly, it really and truly has been it really and truly has these last few years have really and truly been a dogfight, and you have to be nothing but commended, based on everything that you have been through. You don't look like it, you don't walk like it, you don't act like it, but there's something around you. There's something in you that's just glowing. That's always glowing, and even when people don't see behind the scenes, and you're like ready to throw in the towel, and this is too much, and the tears and the worries and the doubts and the fears, you still get up, and you still get up, no matter no matter who's there or who's not there, you're strong enough to go out. Yeah, so and you're strong enough to get up and go and help other people with their situations. That's the thing. Yeah, timing is very much so the key. The timing is very much so the key. And just know that your keys are in a very, very amazingly safe place. That's the beautiful thing about it. Your keys are in a just in a immaculate. It just feels like there's about to be a move, not just like physically, but it just feels like the dominoes have tilted and fell, and it just feels like the dominoes are gonna make a beautiful picture moving forward in your life. So it's like um who's ever there now, those people are gonna continue to be there. Who's not there, well, those people are moved to the side, be they friends, family, whatever, a significant other. If those people were moved, if those people were moved, and I feel like someone had a hater out there, for whatever reason they just didn't like you. I don't know why that was, or why that's not your problem. That's their problem. But it just really feels like you have a hedge of protection over you and around you. Focus on your, continue to focus on your vision, because I got the seer shall be blessed. So continue to focus on your vision. So it's like something in you is continuously telling you to move. And I did a short video. I need to post it in a little while, but did a short video saying that they're gonna miss you. They're thinking about you, whoever they are, be it family, but when this new cycle, well, this new cycle is coming in now, and it's really going to, this new cycle is going to take you places, and it's going to keep you very much so, and it's gonna continuously keep you busy. Let me take this thing off of there. So this new cycle is really and truly, this new cycle is really and truly going to keep you. This new cycle is going to keep you busy. You know, these people are really going to miss you. Like I said, and this too shall pass, because that, you know, like that old cycle of whatever that was, you know, that's there's a new respect that you have for yourself over your life. Yes, arms wide open. Your angel guides are like, you know, come here, you know, because you need this, you deserve this. Come, let me give you this hug. Like they're like, I'm so proud. They are so proud of you. You have no idea. See, they are so immaculately proud of you. You know, some of you incoming vacations. Some of you people are going to be, you know, people are going to be reaching out to you. These are going to be people that are going to be committed to the cause of you and them and your purpose and their purpose and moving forward. These people like gifting you with things, you know. Hold on. Oh no, yeah, people gifting you with like these just amazing things. I'm also getting just being surrounded, moving into new territories, like really and truly moving, you know, moving into profound new territories. I'm also getting, you know, the seeker. I'm also getting the seeker shall be gifted. Every time I put this thing on here, start moving slow. Maybe I'll move it up. Yeah, so I'm getting the seeker shall be gifted. Man, this thing is moving too slow. So if you know, asking you shall have, knocking the door shall be open, seek and you shall find. So if you are seeking, you will find, and you're gonna find out real quick. Not in a bad way. You know, a lot of people had this oversight about you, like, oh, this person. I don't know. It's how you walk in. It's how you talk. It's you're just completely different, and that's just what that is. People have always told me I'm different, you know, good, bad, or whatever, you know, whatever you want to let. Not a bad thing, but you're just different. That's just who you are. Um, it pisses some people, they get it, some people don't. You know, those who get it, those are going to be the people that are blessed by you, or you know, some people just look at you and because you're not a go with the status quo type of a person. You know, you're not a you're not a follow the crowd. I need to be around these people to fit in. No, you know, you don't need to. You could be way over there, you know, just in your own world. They don't think you're listening, paying attention, but you know, it's like you had it even before, and don't forget to subscribe, folks. Even though, like, even before you walked into that place, into that situation, we're talking today with this. If you're just following, we're talking about, and this too shall pass. You know, even before you walked into that situation, and into that place, getting the double portion blessing. I was like, Elijah, I believe. Elijah. Yeah. The double portion blessing that's coming, you know, into your life, you know. Two scoop, you don't get one scoop of ice cream, you get two, because it was so hot outside through the things that you have been through. You know, you've been through the storms. You know, you've been, yeah, so you've been through all of that stuff. Like really and truly, you've been there and done that. You've been there and done that. You know, you've come through all of these different things, these different scenarios. You're like, man, you know, I know somebody says something like, it's weird when it comes when you're just ready to give up. You know, it's like when you're ready, it's like, you know what? I'm not doing. I just don't have it. I just cannot. I can't. You know, I need. You know, you're praying to God or you know whoever you're praying to, and you're like, look, I need y'all to do something, because I'm just not, you know, so I'm just not moving. and miraculously, right before you throw in the towel, something, not just something, but something. I'm getting that. It's time for you to just run around and shout and praise for the good news, for the good things that are coming in. This is you're moving into more of an unprecedented time in your life. Like really and truly, you are moving into an unprecedented time in your life. No stopping. How did that guy say? All gas, no brakes. Now that I mean, where my wrestling fans at? Think that's what's his name? I forgot his name. I don't know. He's cool, man. He's on SmackDown. But anyway, yeah. So this is an all gas, no brake season. Like seriously, this is you just. I am good. Thank you for asking. So this is like, man, this is such a massive move. This is such a massive time in your. This is such a massive move. But I know sometimes it's like, where is it? I can't, where, it's there. It's there. You have to, you don't have to believe me. You trust yourself. You trust what's inside of you. You trust what you have been working on, the attention, the detail that you have been like really and truly like just that attention to detail that you have been putting out there. It's just like what you have been really and truly putting out there. This is you using the most soundest parts of your. This is you using the most soundest parts of your judgment. This is you moving forward. This is your Matrix moment. If you ever saw that movie, The Matrix, there was a part. I think it was in part one where Neo just felt something different. They were with the little pew pews. The bullets were coming at him, and he just held his hand out, and he just, it just everything just stopped. The bullets just stopped. The agents looked at each other. That's how when you're at your job. That's how they look at you. They just like they look at each other and they look at you. They look at each other. They look at you, and it's like they can't figure you out. It's like even the underhanded little things that they do, the little kikis behind the scenes, how they try to talk about you and undermine who you are, the family, and you have grace beyond grace over your life. You have armies and armies beyond comprehension on ancestors and everything else that is at your disposal, that is at your beck and call. That is really and truly at your beck and call, like in the now. So that is, and this is a season where you move forward and you just continue to work. You continue to work. You continue to my neck. You continue to work. You continue to like put that drive in. This is like, look at it as this is an unspoken and again, don't forget to subscribe, folks, to that Indigo Blues. Yeah, so this is a season of connections. This is, yeah, we can, yeah, this is a great season of connections where new clientele, a lot of new, you being connected with the right people at the right times, and you moving forward. I remember one time, this was years ago, man. I was living in New Orleans, and a guy just walked up to me and said, "Hey, man, you looking for a job?" Like, I'm telling you, man, things like that'll just happen out of nowhere. Like seriously, people like you'll go somewhere, and you'll just start to have a conversation with like somebody out of the blue, and you'll make like, some kind of connection based off of just being present, in that moment, and you find out that becomes like one of the biggest and most amazing blessings that you could have ever got, that you could have ever gotten. And we're talking about, if you're just joining us, we're talking about And This Too Shall Pass. Seriously. And don't forget, again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, and that's how, and that it is because of your commitment, because of the tests that you had to continuously go through. Focus on those thoughts in your mind, the positive ones that are telling you, oh, I should, I you feeling, I should go this route. I feel and I know I should go this way. That's what that is. And continue to trust that. Continue to trust that. Continue to trust that holy, divine, spiritual guidance, that powerful ancestral guidance that that you have inside, that you have inside of yourself, around you. Like, no matter what, this no matter what, this is gonna happen, and that's just what that is. Moving forward into moving forward into a new groove, so to speak. True. Yeah, I agree with that. Somebody was saying that we can, it's just like they were talking about the omnipresence, being here and there. That explained, like, when I was younger, I would have these feelings of, like, people would call it deja vu. Like, used to always feel like, man, I've been through this before. It felt so familiar, but at that time it felt like close but so far away. So yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that analogy. But the beautiful thing is that you've been walking in this desert for so long. You've been walking, like, to the point where you start crawling, and then you finally get to this oasis with this beautiful lush green plant life and the spring water, and and, and everything that you need, the food, the water, the rest, the shelter. That's why I'm saying, in this way, and this too shall pass. Seriously. Again, do I know what you're going through? I do not. Do I take what you're going through lightly? I do not, because I've been through it myself. I've lost people. I've seen people sick. In the hospital, and the hospital is a place I do not like to go, because I don't know. it's just a not it's just a not it's just a place that's just not fun. Especially for me, it's just not a place. It's not. I know people work in a medical field. Bless their hearts. I tried it, but it was not for me. It just was not for me. But moving forward, you're at this beautiful, amazing, gracious. You're at this beautiful, amazing, gracious, appointed time, in your life. And like I said, I did a video earlier saying, people, they're gonna miss you. They're gonna want a second chance, but it's too late. It's not. It's right on time for you, but too late for them. These are the people that should have called, should have, a lot of should have. Man, if you live closer, blah blah blah. They could have took the effort to hit you up on social media, pick the phone up. We live in this great age of technology, and if these people still use the excuse of, oh, I was just busy, and life, how it is, life, and blah 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 blah. Nobody's trying to hear that. Seriously, like, who's trying to, at this point, with 10,000 with 10,000 social medias, and you're on every one of them. They're on every one of them. They're sitting in the background. They're waiting. They're when that big moment, you know how in Hollywood people get to put their hands in the cement because they've had these great careers. They're waiting for you to have that moment to put, to come running. No, man. It's too late for them. Everybody that says everybody that says Lord, Lord, they're gonna say, for I know you not. Man, that is a hard feeling. Eternally, that's a hard feeling. So get it right, folks. But anyway, just to say that this is your season. Your traffic has been directed. When you're driving, you're seeing, everything is flowing, and you're like, man, I could have swore I was just driving in traffic, and you look and it's like everything is just flowing. That whatever that those obstacles were, they're moved out of the way. If you feel like you need help in your spiritual journey, I am a spiritual consultant. I do help people. I've helped people all around the world. I use my spiritual gifts. Oh, also, myself and Miss TJ Inspires. Oh my goodness, we are authors. So if you like Soul of a Man, Portrait for the Mind, Body, and Soul, or Princess Destiny and Her Magical Hair, if you have a little one, or if you're a teacher or something like that, you would like this book for the school or the school systems, just leave a message. Just hit us up. So yeah. Oh, and your talents are about to be rediscovered. So like 2020 came short. I'll keep it short. 2020 came. I was doing, having podcasts going, had all this cool stuff going, and I don't know, it just stopped, and it's like the world stopped. It really and true. It's like the world stopped. Remember your boundaries. Remember the boundaries around you, but it stopped. But now, I'm getting a second go at it, and very thankful for that. But remember, sometimes you just have to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. You're still using all of your gifts, all of your insights, all of your everything. But just remember, you are very much so still, your insights, your everything is still very much so needed. But now you have, you have more wisdom. You do. You have more wisdom than what you have more wisdom now than what you had before. So be mindful of those people. Be mindful of those Johnny come latelys as they try to come back into your life for whatever reason. Now, and it's like, wow, now you show up and you have this funny feeling about them, and um, yeah, so you have this funny feeling about them, and you're like, no, no, no. You don't have time to stop. You don't. You really do not have time to stop. You have time to stop and celebrate when you're, I don't know, in that new city, doing those new things, and you have time to stop and smell the roses, or you're on that island on your vacation and all of that good stuff. You have time then. When you're either by yourself or with your true friends or your loved ones, and all of that good stuff. Really and truly. Did I just do that? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that's when that time is yours. But alrighty, folks, again, Soul of a Man, don't forget to subscribe, folks. What is today? Thursday. I will be back on here tomorrow morning, same time, about let's just say 8ish at 8ish a.m. Central Standard Time. So, yeah. But all right, and you have grace. You do. You have grace over your life. You need to act. You need to put that into fruition. Ask for it. Ask and you shall have. Knock and door shall be open. All of that good stuff. So, it's. I'm just saying the tables have turned. Really and truly, the tables have turned. Yeah, I go to the gym 4 days out of the week. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah. So the tables have really and truly turned. Let's see. Uh, channel. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So very much so. The tables have turned. Like I do have, actually I have workout videos. Like I've been, people are funny on the internet, man. People are really, really, really funny. Oh my goodness. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So you remember how, like, if you ever heard the story of the Bible, Jesus went into I think it's the synagogue, and he was flipping the tables over, and he's like, "Not in my father's house." They were selling stuff, and they were doing stuff that they weren't supposed to do. And that's what the image that I've gotten for me and for you. The tables have turned. That's just what that is. The tables have turned. Your new journey is very picturesque. Your new journey is in the now. Your new journey is very much so in the now. So they're saying, your divorce proceedings are being finalized from whatever that old life was, and you're gonna have very much so profound happiness moving forward, in your new destinations, and you're coming to a new travel season. You really, really are. And you're coming to a season where you're going to be figuring things out a whole lot faster. So very much so. Right. Yeah, I agree to that. Yeah, and when he walked in there, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, they were quick to call him out and say that, you are not the chosen. You know how it went. It's crazy, but if you are a follower of Yahweh the Most High, at the end of the day, and the beginning of the end of the day, the most important thing is for your soul to make it to heaven. That's it. Because I feel like that. I know that that's the best afterlife insurance that you could have. So if you believe that, or if you believe that, or if you don't, hey, I can only tell you, I can only say, hey, read your Bible, for yourself. There's so much information out here for the true believers, and for those that don't believe, there can never be enough. Same with your life. You can tell people, oh, you know what, things are changing in my life and blah blah blah. Until people see it for themselves, they're just not going to believe it. So don't go out there, don't go out there telling people things that it's none of their business anyway, because it's not their journey and it's not their life. Leave y'all with that. All right, y'all. As always, I'm out this piece. But don't forget to subscribe. If you want to book a personal session with me, just hit me up. Let's leave a message or hit me up in the back channels, and we'll be more than happy to help you. But all right, y'all. I'm out this piece. Peace. You gotta go to those videos, the videos. Cool. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. Subscribe. That's a video to my video.